second video in a series of tutorials covering how to build flexible cards with Etch. In the first video, we covered properties and conditions to build out the main section of the card, which basically has the same elements in every card. Today we're going to look at slots, which allows us to insert different elements into each card. So we'll work on the avatar, and which can be an image, text, an icon, or potentially other things, along with headers and footers. So let's dive in. This is the avatar card that we created in the first video, and we are going to add a component, a slot to our component. So let's click this little button to add a slot, and we will give it a title of avatar, and we're actually going to want to place that slot inside of a div so that we can style it no matter what gets dropped in there. So we're going to add the div, drop the slot into the div. The div will have a, we'll call it avatar, and we'll give it a class of avatar. Almost forgot the dot. Avatar card avatar. And the reason we're giving it this class is twofold. The first is this follows the BEM conventions of so our parent card is avatar card, and then avatar card _heading _text. So this is back to _avatar. And one of the reasons that we're naming it avatar instead of image or something like that is because we're using automatic card styling from automatic CSS. And I'm pretty sure it expects avatar to be in the class name of the image in the card. And let's just save here, and we can see our slot right here that we've added. And we're going to edit this, and let's start by setting the order to -1 to bring it to the top. Since it's not more important than the heading, if this is getting read with the screen reader, we leave it at the bottom and then just pop it into the top visually. Now, if we save, we can see that we can now drop items into there, but we can add in this avatar slot. So we can drop items and they will go into that slot that we just created. So in this case, let's start by adding an image, and we'll drop it right in there. And there we see we have an image. But in this case, we don't really want our image to be that big. So let's go to the automatic CSS card stylings, and under avatars, let's move this down to, let's go with not 800. How about 80 pixels? That'll do. And then let's let's keep the radius as it is. I'm not a real big fan of using just this little image here. Let's go grab one out of the media library. Let's take this one right here, copy the URL, and add it here. There we go. Now let's save this and look at what we have on the front end. There we have a large card because we forgot to save our automatic CSS settings. Okay, let's close that, and there we go. It's already updated. So we've already added a avatar, but we could have done that in the component itself. Where it gets interesting is if we want to use something different there. So let's duplicate this, and instead of an image here, let's add a number. Maybe we have some numbered cards. We'll add a heading. We'll move that up into the avatar slot, and we will give it a number. Oops, I actually need to add that here. You could just say this is a number. And now if we go look at the the front end, we can see our number there. However, it doesn't look like it's picking up the styles of the avatar, and that could be because ACSS is expecting an image, or maybe this one isn't. Well, this one is picking up the size. This one doesn't appear to be. So it's probably because avatar is expecting an image. So even though we have the avatar style on here, it's not an image. So we will add a selector here, and we'll call this, before we do that, actually let's modify our component, and let's give our avatar let's start with a background of neutral ultra light. Okay, we don't actually, well, we could. We just need to apply the size of the avatar to this div as well. So we're going to want to say height is, I think it's card avatar size, and width will also be card avatar size, and border radius, I'm gonna guess, but I don't know, is card avatar radius. Yep. Okay, so now if we save this and we go to the front end, we see we have this space here for the avatar. However, because we have styled it at this level, if we don't have anything in that slot, we still get that. So this might not be the way that you want to go about it if you might be using this card without an avatar of any sort. I don't know if we can write a condition for this or not. So I'm not going to try it in this tutorial. So here we have in the second card, looks like we removed our heading. Oh wait, we're still editing that. There's our heading. Okay. And it looks like we need to style that to move it to the center. So we'll edit this component. we'll go to avatar, layout, display will be flex, align items will be center, and justify content will be center. I don't remember if those are the, yep, those are the ones we needed. And there we have it. We have a single card that can display either an image or some text. Now this could also be used with an SVG or any number of different things. So next, let's add another slot to our card. Edit component, we will add another slot, and this slot we will call header. And we'll move it to the very top. And save. This gives us the chance to put literally anything we want at the very beginning of the card. So let's add a little label in the top right corner. So it doesn't look like, oh, I need to add here, add a header slot. Okay, and then we can drop items in there, and in this case we'll just add some text. And what text do we want? We'll just say card label. And oh, I need to drag it into the slot, and there we go, card label. Now notice it's not it's not at the top because we ordered the avatar to -1. But that's okay, because we'll just use absolute positioning on this. We'll give it the class of label, and then I'm just going to paste in some styles so that we don't have to take the time to write all of them. We'll put that in the top right. So we're absolutely positioning this, putting in the excuse me, top right, adding a little padding, and making the background match our border radius and avatar background, and matching the border radius to the card radius just in this corner. Let's save and take a look. And there we've added a card label, but maybe we wanted it on the left, in which case we would just have to change right to left, and then change our border radius from the bottom left corner to the bottom right corner. And now our card label is on the other side, which doesn't look great because it's too close to that. So we'll undo that. And then let's let's add one more card to the, or let's want to add one more slot, I should say. We'll edit our component. We'll add a slot. The slot needs to go inside the card div, and we'll give it a title of footer, and save. now we can use, so we have 3 spots now, header, avatar, and footer. So we'll add a slot. Actually, let's add it to the first one. So we'll add footer slot here, and we'll drop in some more text. Imagine, let's say we have an asterisk here because we have to give a disclaimer. And now we can, in our text here at the bottom, oh, no, wrong card. Let's minimize that. In our text here, we can add a disclaimer. And we probably want that to be a little smaller and maybe have some margin. So we'll say we'll give this a class of disclaimer and say the font size is 12 pixels. And the margin top is an extra M. So there we go. We could, well, let's see. I've actually haven't tried this. Let's on this second card, let's add a footer, and let's see if we can drop the disclaimer text from the first one to the second one. We can. We'll take, yeah. Now if we needed more than one thing, if we needed an image for some reason, we could add an image, drop it into the footer, and there's just an endless possibility. So we have this core card that is endlessly flexible, and in the next video we'll cover how to make it even more flexible. But for now, we'll delete that. We'll move our text back to the first one, and we'll call it good.